Okay, so we're going to tap into this outlet here. Reading his Miranda. Reading his Miranda. This is one I put in quite a few years ago. I put this in maybe 10, 15 years ago. I can tell if it's one I did or not. Nope, I didn't do this one because I didn't tape all this up in here like this. So we'll look and see how this was hooked up. We can undo these wire nuts here and just see how they hooked them up. So we'll just look. That wasn't quite even, so we'll clip this so it's even. And we'll put our wire nut back on here. Make sure it's nice and tight. And we'll check our black wires here. So we'll see how they did in this one. That one looks good, so we'll put our wire nut back on. So we'll take our tape off the outlet here. Okay, so this looks like the one I hooked up here. Okay, so we're going to put our box extension on here. It's open in the back and it goes on with the screws. So we'll take our outlet screws and we'll just stick them in here like this. Okay, so we'll push open our, we'll put our down like this, so we'll put our wire into this knockout right here. And we'll just stick it in here like this. And we'll just set it up in here like this. Well, if you can't, you can't. You don't get all frustrated. If something doesn't work, it doesn't work. So we'll put our screwdriver in our screw here. We'll go in. We'll just put it in like this. This one in. Okay, so we'll get our cable cut. So we're gonna have a connector end here. So we're gonna cut our cable about right here. So we'll bend it like this. take our big cutters here. It's out of our way here. Okay, this is our connector here. It has a built-in bushing on it, and you can see the little barbs in there that grab the cable. So we'll snap this in here first. Oh, we can put our cable on first, so we'll cut it about right in here. So we'll put our cable into our cutter like this. We'll tighten our thing up here. We can come back just a bit. Make sure that's going to be long enough. It is. So we'll just tighten it up like this here. And we'll just turn it until we feel it turn freely. There, it turns freely. So you loosen this up. Open it up. And you'll see the score right there. So we'll just... I'll turn the... Oh, I can't turn the flashlight on. It just... I'll get our light going over this way a little bit more so you can see it. It just comes off like that. And there we go. We have our sharp edge here. We'll cut this off. Okay, so now we can take our connector here. We'll slide our wires through our connector. Put them in there. And we'll just push it on and we'll listen closely. You hear those little barbies snapping there? Hear it? And now we'll take and we'll cut our debris off here. And we'll stick our wires into our box. And we'll just snap it into, hear it snap. Hear it snap. And we'll get a clamp right here. Okay, so here in the country I was born in, our outlets are polarized. Your white wire goes on the silver screw, which is the wide slot. See, the screw is silver, and we'll strip our wire. And you know how much I love not having my wire strippers. I think they got stolen, so we're just going to cheat. We'll just score it and strip it with our cutters. You have to learn. You can't always have everything. Sometimes things get stolen and you just have to do without. You just can't violate safety though. Green is the ground. Black is live. We'll cut this back a little bit. It's a little long. And we'll cut this back a little bit, but it's a little long. Okay, so we'll put our white wire on our silver colored screw here. So we'll open up our silver screw. You always loop your wire the direction the screw turns. So we go the You always go clockwise. I don't like how that loop went. There we go. We want it like that. So you want to make sure you get all your copper around the screw, and you close the loop the direction your screw turns. Make sure you get your copper under the screw head all the way around, like that. I'm going to close that loop a little bit better there. It went up here, so I'm going to loosen this up. I'm going to bring it back. Make sure it's nice and tight, and it looks like that. Now we'll get our black wire over here on our brass colored screw. We'll get our green over here on our ground. See how the black screw is brass and it's a narrower slot? Always put your wire around the screw, the direction the screw turns. Get it under the screw head here. Close the loop. Make sure it's nice and tight like that. And now we'll get our ground wire up here on our green screw. That's our ground screw up here. Then you always go the direction your screw turns. Close our loop the direction our screw close turns. Make sure it's nice and tight like that. And now we can put our wires back into our box. So we'll get our wire nuts to go back in here. Okay, now we can screw our device back into our box here. So we bought some 632 screws. We're going to make sure it doesn't hit our this one doesn't hit our connector here. Make sure it's not going to hit the wires. I can see it's not going to hit anything in there. Make sure it's on nice and tight. And no screws are hitting any wires, so we can put our cover back on here. So we'll get another strap over here. Put our cable up.